Week 9 is upon us, and we are at the midway somewhat of the season. So let's make this midway picks. What is up, football fans? Jumping into week 9. Got to make our picks for this week. And I will say something. Before we jump into the sponsor and who always sponsors our pick videos, I'm going to jump into something real quick first. Last week, I will say, your boy was on a roll. Call me Butter, because I was on a roll. I came out here last week and I picked the Panthers to get their first win against the Houston Texans. I picked the Jets to beat the Giants, and we'll talk about that game. Hiya! I picked a lot of good games. I went 13-2 last week. And by going 13-2 last week, I am now in the top 5 in the Pick'em League. Number 1 being Jason, AVG Greek Fan Club. Tied for number 1 is James Tobin. Number 3 tied is Eric. I'm just going to call you Eric. The other number 3 is Lemons 21. And then look at that. Number 5 is me, your boy. Also with K, King Coach, and David Flint Cole. So I did so well last week. The only 2 games I got wrong was, I think, the Cincinnati game and the Kansas City Chiefs game. And I think a lot of people got the Kansas City Chiefs game wrong. I was so close to having a perfect week. So very close. But let's try to get one this week. So let's jump into the picks. And again, every week, every Wednesday, the picks are brought to you by BetUS, a fantastic, reliable site. But why am I going to talk about it when BetUS themselves can talk about it?
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook, where you can bet on everything anytime. Sportsbook, casino, horse racing, live betting, and more. We have the best bonuses in the industry. That's right, get a 125% sign-up bonus. And to celebrate our 30-year anniversary, we are giving up to 30 risk-free bets, a truck, Super Bowl tickets, and more. Don't miss out. Play smart. Join now. BetUS, where the game begins.
Thank you so much, BetUS, for sponsoring this video. Again, go check them out. I'm using their site right now to show you the games that are played with the point spread and all that stuff. They also have really cool prop bets. Click the link in the description. Like they said, 125% of your first deposit match. So go check them out. And we are going to jump into the games with Thursday's game, which is the Tennessee Titans heading to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Talk about them Tennessee Titans. They're the 10 I see. I know. Will Levis coming out and doing some big things, beating the Falcons 28-3. DeAndre Hopkins getting into it, having a really good game. A lot of people are like, there's not much of a quarterback controversy. And then on the flip-flop and the flim-flam, you got the Jaguars beating up on the Steelers at home. And the Steelers are still giving the Titans 3. That's interesting. To me, the Steelers are the better coach team. I can't even say that, though. I like Mike Vrabel. See, this is a tough game. This might be a good Thursday night game. And this is a tough one. I'm going to go, I think they're pretty evenly matched. I'm going to go with the Steelers because they're the home team. Outside of that, that's all I got for you. I think it's going to be a pretty close game. So, I think 3-point win. But if it's less, I might go with Tennessee with the spread. Then we have the first game of Sunday, which is the Miami Dolphins heading to Germany, not to Kansas City, to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Tyreek Hill for the first time getting some revenge against his old team. The Dolphins are getting 2.5, so they're 2.5-point underdogs, which is understandable. Kansas City Chiefs are still a really good team. I will give you my pick and the whole breakdown of that, whether Taylor Swift is going to travel with them, how the Dolphins need to do to beat them, all that stuff on Friday. So if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. And Friday, you can watch the preview video of me talking about this game real in depth. The next game, we have the first 1 o'clock game. The Minnesota Vikings heading to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. The Vikings beating Green Bay even after losing Kirk Cousins. And then you have the Atlanta Falcons, like I said, losing to the Tennessee Titans. Now, Falcons put up a fight. The Falcons lost 28-23. They put up a fight. And unfortunately, Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles, and he will be out for the rest of the year. And that is why the Falcons are a 5-point favorite. I don't really trust their backup quarterback, and I don't think they have Justin Jefferson back yet either. And this is a tough one as well, but I'm going to go Atlanta. I'll go with Minnesota with the spread, but straight up, I'm going to go with the Atlanta Falcons. Just because Kirk Cousins not being in there, I don't know how their backup is going to do. Next, we have the Seattle Seahawks heading to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Seattle actually had a pretty good outing last week, 24-20, beating the Cleveland Browns. I got that one right. I thought Seattle had a better defense. And then I think Baltimore had a bye week. Let me double check. Yeah, Baltimore had a bye week last week. I'm triple checking. Nope, beat the Cardinals. See, this is why I check things. This is why I have last week's games. So many to remember. 31-24. Closer than you would think. Much closer than you would think. I'm going with... See, Baltimore's a 5.5-point favorite. That's a big spread. I'm going Seattle with the spread. Straight up, though, I want to go Baltimore, but I really like Seattle's defense. And the fact that Baltimore was so close in a game against the Cardinals makes me... I'm going with Seattle. Seattle straight up and with the spread. I guess you can call it an upset, being that they are 5.5-point underdogs. Next, we have the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland, 8-point favorites. Arizona heading to Ohio from Arizona. I'm going with the Cleveland Browns. I'm going Cleveland both ways. I think Cleveland's defense is just going to be too much. They don't have Josh Dobbs anymore. They might have their rookie starting for Arizona or Kyler Murray. I'm going Cleveland straight up and with the spread. I think their defense is going to be able to hold them and possibly get some points out of it. Then we have the Rams taking on the Packers. Let's talk about the Packers real quick. Packers are down bad. I feel bad for Packer fans. Down bad. And another team down bad is the Rams. They lost by, what was it? 23 points they lost by, 43-20. But again, like I said last week, the Rams, you just don't know who they are. Are they the good team or are they the bad team? Or are they in between? How are they going to perform? And then the Packers trading their corner to the Bills. I'm going Rams. I'm going Rams both ways. Obviously, they're the underdogs. I'm going Rams. I just think the Rams are going to bounce back and just have a game in Lambeau Field. Then we have Tampa Bay heading to Houston. Tampa Bay losing to the Buffalo Bills. Houston losing to the Carolina Panthers. Couldn't get that one out. I'm going Houston both, straight up, and the spread. Houston plays different at home. Tampa Bay is very inconsistent. I'm going Houston with this one. Very simple pick on that one. There's not much to it. I'm going Houston in that one. Then we got Washington Commanders. I'm not editing that out because Montez Sweat is gone. Chase Young is gone. They have no pass rush anymore. And you're taking on the Patriots at home. I'm going Patriots straight up and spread. I don't know what Washington did. They gave the Eagles a fight, and then they just traded away their two best pass rushers. And the Patriots, you played the Dolphins at home. You always have a hard time with the Dolphins at home. But I think they're going to get this win at home because who are the Commanders going to send after Mac Jones? Then we have Chicago heading to New Orleans to take on them Saints. The Saints got a win. The Saints actually doing pretty well, 38-27. They got that nice win there. Chicago losing horribly Sunday Night Football. I don't know why that was a Sunday Night Football game. I'm going with the Saints in this one. They're 8-point favorites. I don't know if Justin Fields is going to be back off the top of my head, but I'm going with the Saints. I'm going to go with the spread. Their offense was actually doing pretty well last week. Let me give you an official score. Yeah, 38-27, won by 11. I'm going both spread and straight up. Next, 4 o'clock, we have the Colts heading to Carolina to take on the Panthers. Panthers are the underdog, of course. I think that the Panthers are going to enjoy their win, but not get many more after that. I like the way the Colts are playing. I like the way their run game is going. Like I said, 27 points up against the Saints at home. I'm going to go with the Colts in this one, both straight up and the spread. I think Carolina got their win. I think they're happy. I think it's going to be a fight. I think it'll be a close game, but I'm going to take Colts in that one. Next, we have the Giants taking on the Raiders. Both of these teams. Now, the Giants traded Williams to the Jaguars. Was it the Jaguars? I think it was the Jaguars. No, it wasn't the Jaguars. Was it the Jaguars? Seattle. I know you're already typing it. Hopefully I stopped you from typing it by saying Seattle. And the Raiders suck. I'm sorry, Raider fans. I don't mean to be so abrasive with it. Crosby is such a good pass rusher. Devontae Adams was open so many times against the Detroit Lions. And Jimmy Garoppolo and that offensive line just suck. And the Giants have Danny DeVito's long-lost child. No. But they should have beat the Jets. They should have beat the Jets. You just had to stop them from getting in the field goal range. Your kicker just had to make a field goal, and you would have beat the Jets. It's like, who do I think is not going to suck more in this game? And it's like, is Jimmy Garoppolo going to make the passes to Devontae Adams wide open? Are the Giants going to make the stops they need to? Is Daniel Jones playing? Is Tyrod Taylor playing? I'm going with the Raiders. I like the Raiders pass rush. I like Max Crosby. I think the Raiders defense is going to kind of hold the Giants, especially if they have DeVito playing. I'm going with the Raiders both straight up and with the spread on that one. Then we have the Dallas. Oh, this is a good game. This should be the Sunday night game. Nah, the Sunday night game's a good one too. This is a good game. This is a really good game. The Dallas Cowboys taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly. Going to be a good game. 7-1, 6-2. Very, very good game. The Cowboys beat the crap out of the Rams, and the Eagles won their game against the Commanders, but barely. Here's the thing. Eagle fans, get on me all you want. I don't give a crap. What is the refereeing going to be like in this game? Are they going to get biased refereeing in this game? Because if not, I think this is going to be a good game. Parsons is going to get after Hurts. I think, the Eagles are going to score points. The Cowboys are going to score points. I think this is going to be a good game. This is going to be a good rivalry game. Spread-wise, I'm taking the Cowboys. I think this is going to be a close game. But straight up, I'm going to have to go with Philly. They added pieces. They added Byard. I'm going with the Eagles, but this is going to be a good game. This is going to be a real good game. Then we have the Sunday night game, which is another good game. The Buffalo Bills taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, Cincinnati took care of business, and they beat the 49ers 31-17. If you could beat that 49ers team 31-17 and you could put 31 points on that defense, Buffalo's got to be worried. Now, Buffalo, like I said, traded for the Packers corner, so they got some help there. I think they brought in Leonard Fournette. Good for you. But you're playing in Cincy. If this is going to be a good game, I'm going Cincinnati in this one. I think Allen's going to go back to his old ways, but I really like the way the Bengals are playing and Joe Burrow. I'm going with Cincinnati in this one, both ways, straight up and versus the spread. And then finally, we have the Monday night game. We got the Chargers heading here to New Jersey to take on the Jets. The Chargers beating up on the Bears 30-13, and the Jets. Hey, a win is a win, but God, I would be very worried about that win, like very worried. The Giants gave the Jets that game with the pass interference call, with the blown coverage, just gave them that game. They should have very easily won that game. How many third downs? It was just bad. The Jets are giving 3. Now, here's my thing. The Chargers defense is good when they want to be good. The Jets defense is just flat out good. It's very good. The Chargers offense is up and down, whereas the Jets offense is hot garbage. Can the Chargers score on that Jets defense is the biggest question. And if they can, this is going to sound very John Madden of me, they're going to win. And I say that because the only reason the Jets beat the Giants is because the Giants couldn't do anything on offense. And they kept it to a 3-point difference. And the Jets got down there because of horrible defensive play. They did their thing. Spread-wise, I'm going Jets. Straight up, I'm going Jets. I think the Jets will be able to stop Justin Herbert. It's the defense. The defense is going to win them games, and they're going to all be close games, so that's why I'm taking them both straight up in the spread. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think about this, about my picks, about all that stuff. 13-2 last week. Will I do it again this week? I don't know. Well, we'll find out, but I'll see you guys in the next one. But like usual, stay classy. My friends out.